I love Petro Sivanasiva. He's extremely humble bloke, but he's very hard hitting, no nonsense type player. I played against him early in my career, I think, and I always found him a really great competitor to play against. There's so many great players to name just one, but physicality-wise, I'd have said Petro, and then if you say strike, you have to say Greg Inglis for his strike.
On a personal level, I think coming up against Greg Inglis on his day, one-on-one, he was unstoppable, and I'd have to say, yeah, GI, when he wanted to turn one on, he knew what to do.
Brad Fittler, he was awesome. You know, he could step off both feet, he could pass off his left hand, off his right hand, and more than anything else, he was a brilliant defender, stroke tackler as well.
I really enjoyed playing with all my teammates. I was roommates with James Graham for a lot of my time with England, you know, but I also came through with Jamie Peacock and Adrian Morley, two, you know, heroes of mine.
And obviously Sam Burgess led the country really well. I was lucky enough to play with him. James Graham, had Sean O'Loughlin, James Roby. We had a brilliant roster, we had a brilliant squad, and I think you could rely on everybody and count on everyone. Anyone who pulls that England jersey on knows the feeling of representing your country.
No, the leaders in that team were incredible. The likes of Sam Burgess, James Graham, Sean O'Loughlin. Like, these are top quality players that played the international game for such a long time, and had that experiences from them guys was incredible.
One of my great friends, Martin O'Fire, we don't happen to see each other often because he's down in London, but he's one of my great friends, and even though I don't see him very often, I regard him as one of my great friends, and we've had some great times together on the field, off the field.
I think scoring against Australia was kind of a dream of mine to do over there as well, which was pretty cool. I scored a try against them at Melbourne, and yeah, it was a great memory for there.
As a coach, we went to Wembley and played them in the first Test match. We had a player sent off. We played with 12 men and we beat the Australians. Probably one of the greatest victories ever I've been involved in.
One of the most heartbreaking was the World Cup in '17. We got to the final and we lost 6-0. We were depleted with players. We picked up a few injuries the week before. You know, so that was a heartbreaking loss, especially on the final, the big stage. You know, but otherwise it was always a great contest. You know, hopefully these guys at the end of the year can go on one further.